So
All right.
Modern Warfare,
Right.
from some longtime Call of Duty players and basically more older Call of Duty players, so you all know about the more of
Right.
the original games anyway. How you feel about it from what y'all have seen so far?
Well, I think that finally, after some years, we get to see a Call of Duty that actually catches my interest. Sorry. You know, Call of Duty lost to Farming Simulator, but this time around, I think they are back. The gameplay, the level design, they have added more players to the maps, and also I saw that it was bigger maps also. So I
Okay.
think they are meaning serious business this time.
All right.
What do you think, Tifa?
I think that the only thing that they did and make all the people interested with is more players, bigger maps.
That's it?
That's it to me. They go back to the core of the game. I understand that they add more players, but like it's still Call of Duty, you know. They put new engine finally.
Uh-huh.
They use a new engine now, which is
IW.
yes, almost chaos actually. Yeah,
Well, it seems like this new Infinity Ward, because this is basically a rebuilt Infinity Ward. It seems like they are sort of channeling the old Infinity Ward. I remember when Call of Duty 4 came out and it was a big deal. It was
Yep.
the biggest change in Call of Duty at that time, and now this seems to be, besides the futuristic movement, which I'm not gonna, this seems to be the biggest change in Call of Duty. However, it's not too much of a change from what we're used to because we've been playing on servers like that. So 20v20 is not something we're like totally surprised by, but we're happy to see that they are having this on the consoles now and they're coming back with it on the PC. So that's a good look. Do you think that they're trying to go head up with Battlefield though?
I think yeah. I think because when they add in 20 versus 20 and the domination is a mode, right, in the game.
Yeah, domination is just one of many modes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, domination is 5 flags on large maps, and then you see. Now, this is not a Battlefield exclusive thing, but they brought back vehicles, which a lot of people don't know. There might be a lot of new Call of Duty players, but vehicles started in Call of Duty 1 in the United Offensive expansion. That's where the vehicles were. So Call of Duty is not new to vehicles. It's just that it got away from it for quite a few years. So what's your thoughts on that, Chaos? You think they going head up with Battlefield? They trying to take some of that shine from over there?
I think they should, and it
think
looks
they
like they are
should?
doing. Yeah, and it's looking like they are doing it. Competition is always healthy. The question is, what does Battlefield have now that Call of Duty hasn't showed us yet? The air war, right? I saw a gameplay where someone could on Call of Duty open the door, but not fully. Like a small portion of the door could be open, and he could like peek, just like Rainbow Six Siege, like tactically, and look inside the door.
I like that.
Throw a flashbang, rush the door, or flank the enemies. This
Yeah.
gives more. Yeah, that is very appealing to me.
That's good.
On Battlefield, you can't do that, man. You can't do that. On Call of Duty, the kill streaks are back. You have 2 versus 2, 10 versus 10, 20 versus 20. And I heard that they are testing out 32 versus 32. And then you have Grand War, which is 50 versus 50.
They already got they got the 50
That's
versus
big.
50.
So they are kind of going off full war out. They are giving everything. And with the new engine, they have also realistic recoil that you can shoot through walls that are thin. So you can kind of be smart in this game and tactical at the same time.
I like that.
Yeah, I think attachments is a big deal to the players. You want to customize the weapon you like the way you want it, right, Tifa?
Exactly. Yeah, I like the attachment of the weapons. Yeah, I like the how you set up your weapons and everything. It was good. I like that on the game. I think they have noticed that people complain about less players in the game. So they're like, okay, so we'll give you 50 versus 50 now. Here you go. Like here you go. 50 versus 50, but they are too late. I mean, but it's still good. I'm happy to see Call of Duty back on the map again.
I wouldn't really say that they're too late, and I also don't know if console players were requesting more so. I think PC players would like to have more, more people But in terms of console players, I think it either way they would take it. Either like if it was very tiny, they would take it. But I think they're tired of those 3-lane maps as well, and they
Yeah,
just want to go back to the old Call of Duty way, which is how it was before all of this, like Call of Duty 4's maps, World at War's maps, things like that. Before they started going into these, yeah, I do think a lot of Battlefield fans, they do like this move. I've been seeing a lot of feedback from Battlefield fans saying they are now interested in Call of Duty. Although Battlefield still has how it plays itself, so it still
yeah,
has some things relative to it, but they are still saying, hey, whatever. We kill streaks, we don't care. We looking at Call of Duty right now this year. Because like you
yeah,
said, Chaos, Battlefield doesn't have the attachments. And I know that there's like a limitation to that, but as another thing you said, World at War has attachments. Call of Duty World at War has attachments. So I didn't think that Battlefield 5 would go down that route again. I thought that, you saw Battlefield 1, so with Battlefield 5 you would approach it differently, but from what you said, I guess not. A lot of
Well,
the attachment has their own stats to it, so they have pros and cons as well.
yeah, I think that's a good feature to have. Um, that you have some drawback. If you want more firepower, maybe you lose more recoil, and so you have to control the weapon more, and that gives you a feel that you kind of become the master of your weapon after a time. And one thing I will say I will not miss is that the announcer on Battlefield just sucks.
I can agree
Okay.
with that.
You are
I
going
can
to
agree
war,
with that.
man. It's second war, first war, and you
Yeah.
are me and the Grooves. You, me and Tiff, going to take the flag A, and you are hyped, and then you hear enemies taking flag A.
Yeah,
What
I
the hell
cannot.
is
I can't stand that conservative voice.
What
man.
is going on?
I really thought they were going to change it up this
War,
time,
bro.
but yeah.
I lose motivation. I feel like this lady here announcing.
Let's go back. Let's run.
Yeah, she's not taking this for serious. She's just like, whatever. They're taking flag A. Just do what you want. Well, give me
Yeah.
some momentum, right? On Call of Duty, even the best of defeat.
But wait a minute. I didn't listen to that in the new Call of Duty. I didn't see it. I didn't listen to frag out, reload. I didn't see it in the
Yeah.
in the new
Yeah,
game.
you're not gonna
that.
hear it like you're not gonna hear it like that in the new game. But what I think in the new game, I think it's gonna be, in my honest opinion, because of the new Call of Duties, I think it's gonna be a little bit more tamed down from what you all are used to in World at War. But I also think there's still gonna be a bit more aggressiveness in the tone of voice from the commanders. Much higher than say a Battlefield. These latest Battlefields. Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5, that's crazy.
Player interactions, I don't think they have it. For example, frag coming, incoming grenade. Yeah, we don't hear the
Oh,
players.
the battle chatter, yeah.
Yeah, battle chatter. Yeah, I would like to hear that in game because I'm used to Battlefield where the screen shakes up and you get bombs and grenades. But
Yeah.
here it might feel a little bit empty. You just run, it's quiet, like a ghost town, and you just find the enemy and shoot. There should be more to it.
Well, I think they will reveal more in the coming days. We don't know as far as the announcer goes how far that's gonna go, and we don't know if there's any battle chatter because I don't recall hearing any. So that is something they have to implement. This is in this beta stage at the moment, so we'll see. How did you all feel about seeing the vehicles return to Call of Duty after all this time?
I was like, I'm not a vehicle user, so I'm not so interested in that vehicle. But I don't see that vehicle as a problem either because if you work as a team, it's very easy to take out a tank. It's very easy instead of running from it and and dying.
But there is a problem in that when you work in a team because there is no mini map, brother.
Oh yeah,
That's the problem here.
there are complaints
yeah,
about
we
the mini
complain,
maps, but
right?
There's no mini map.
You have recomplain. That gives you a minimap, right?
yeah, you do have recon. You have to earn it in kill streaks, but it works differently though. It's not like you click it and all of a sudden you got dots on the screen or something like that. You have to physically tag, send it out to tag people.
True.
That's how that
But
works.
But the thing is, I don't want the minimap to show me the enemies. I just want to show my teammate. I want to know where is my teammate? Where they are? What are they fighting?
Yeah,
they are still alive or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like even if you don't have the dots, which aren't necessary until you get the kill streak anyway. The thing is, you want to have some cohesiveness with your team. If you roll it with your team, you do want to know where they at, how everything. Because if you're going to be scattered across the map, it just kills the whole purpose of what that is. So, yeah, I do think they should add a mini map, which I'm quite sure they will in the end. I mean, I don't think they'll leave that out because overall, it just won't make any sense to the full game when you're playing it. So, yeah,
Sure.
it makes more sense to have that back in there. But along with the vehicles, though, it's not just the tanks. And I will say the tanks are kill streaks. You don't just pick up on a tank somewhere like you do on World at War and get started, or on Battlefield.
There's buggy. Yeah, you can go with the.
Yeah, there's also a buggy as well. So, two people can ride a buggy and get from point A to point B like that. It really brings back some memories of actually both games, both Call of Duty and Battlefield.
Yeah, Battlefield. Especially Battlefield 4.
Yeah, exactly. So it just looks like, to me, it looks like what they're doing with Call of Duty is they're just like, whatever. We're not trying to be all safe or whatever. We're just going all out. You know what I'm saying? We're giving people, we're bringing it back to Call of Duty, the real core of Call of Duty, not just, we're doing boots on the ground. No, we're coming back fully to Call of Duty, what it is, the core of it, and then we're going to expand it from there. That's what it really looks like to me.
I hope that.
Yeah, they got everything.
They will expand it from there.
How about,
I hope that.
Is there any news on dedicated servers?
That's the one that I want to hear about.
Well, that's always going to be a tricky question. I'm not going to lie, man. It looks like early disappointment. We all know how it's been throughout the years. It's always been a disappointment to the point where we just ignore Call of Duty from a certain point on. Like, we don't even pay attention to Call of Duty anymore. I think the last time we probably looked at it and thought that there was some potential was World War II, Call of Duty World War II, until we saw it. Once we saw what that was, it was like, nah. And so we just ignored it since. And now here's, Modern Warfare. So if you're going back to the core, I would love that they do two things. I would love that they have matchmaking as well as dedicated servers, both.
Sure.
I want them to have both because then it will stop complaints, for people that don't really understand what dedicated servers are all about, and vice versa for those who just, they don't want to actually look in the list and find one of their favorite servers or whatever. They just want to go in and matchmake it, hop on and start playing. So I think if they did add dedicated servers back, this would be probably the biggest game this would be the most important game to revitalize the PC community when you're talking about playing multiplayer, getting the clans back together and things like that. I know there are other games, I'm just saying on a larger scale, Modern Warfare would be the one to kick it off, because everybody loves the Modern Warfare series. It doesn't matter what series you go to, everybody loves the Modern Warfare series. It is the highest selling series of Call of Duty. Yeah.
Hold up. Can you slide in this game like BF?
Yes,
like
you can.
Yes, you
slide. I like that. I love that. All right, cool.
Yes, you can.
I like to have some speed and momentum, man. I just,
Well, speaking of speed, there are two types of sprint. So there's your one regular sprint that you'll be used to with your gun out.
One is perk?
I think there is a perk for that. I think there's a perk for sprint.
Okay.
Because the other one is a more faster sprint. But the faster sprint doesn't allow you to have your gun out. So that's going to be,
Oh, so you
That's
holster your weapon. All right.
no, you don't holster your weapon. That's where you run with your gun and kind of like up in the air, and it's like it's sort of obscuring part of your view a little bit
Okay.
while you're
Okay.
running. So yeah, you can run faster, but you got to be careful with that move.
Yep.
And sprinting is also unlimited. You know, they want you to get around the map. I think that Battlefield has unlimited. That's how they get around. So
Also, I have to say, I really miss the kill cam, man. I do miss the kill cam.
They have it.
yeah, I think he's talking about because he's been playing Battlefield so long.
Yeah, when you get killed by BF, you just see some shadow, man, and he just
Outline just running.
outlined something I don't know what it is. I mean, it's just not to see how we get. It's more like a constructive thing. You can see how he killed you, and next time you might say, "Oh, well, maybe my arm was too open in that area, so I have to be closer to the wall next time." So you can actually learn from how the ways you die.
That's true.
Yeah,
But
I agree with that.
how about the night mode? Let's talk about the night mode.
Yeah, the night mode is interesting because I always wondered back in, if you go all the way back to Call of Duty 4, how you had some
Wet
of the
work.
dark maps. Yeah, wet work. I did that was one of the first ones that came to my mind. But
I
you had some of the
love
dark
this map.
maps. You have what is it?
What is-
Winter night.
Yeah.
Maps
Is that
that
the
are
Anger?
really dark. Yeah, that's wet work. And winter night, of course, is like the
Oh.
holiday map.
Oh man, I hope this is a DLC that comes back. This has to be the DLC that comes back.
They might put like a little throwback in there for people, but yeah, so they got the night mode, and it looks really interesting because you are totally in the dark, with the exception of some areas that have like maybe lights out on the side of buildings or lights, a little light in certain areas. But other than that, it's very dark, so you got to be careful how you move. It's gonna be a lot of strategy involved in that, and I can see a lot of deaths until people, really get the hang of it and pick it up. But even still, it's gonna be a lot of deaths because it's not. Night mode is something you got to really take serious. If you play it like just Call of Duty, like the old, you're gonna get it.
You gotta keep your night vision
Yeah.
all the time. By the way, that's why I used to play Witch Work back in the days. I used to keep the night vision all the time.
Hey Tifa, this would be cool, man, to play this night map in hide and seek mode, man.
Yeah, yeah. But you got a night vision, bro. So no dark.
But if you have night vision on and you see the enemy, can you see his goggles green, or is there anything?
Well, if you
what kind
have
of-
night vision on, you're just gonna see the enemies. Period. If you see
Yeah,
them,
the green light on his eyes where you can spot him from a distance.
That's the detail
something
thing.
like that. What you'll be able to see if you're trying to see something from that sticks out from maybe some hidden area or something like that,
Yeah.
it's probably going to be their laser on the weapon. So when you aim down the sight, basically you use your laser. The laser will appear, but that also kind of gives you away as well. So there's somebody there. So you want to be strategic, and when you aim down the sight, when you want to use that or not. You got to be real careful with it, basically. So that's one thing that can definitely give you away.
Because it looks like people are doing the hip fire, and that's probably why they have the laser.
yeah. The hip fire is they can keep themselves not so revealing to an outside eye that might end up spotting some action going on. So yeah, but that's pretty cool, man. I'm gonna tell you
maps?
The maps.
Like the level design, and are there anything that's destructible?
Oh no, there's no destruction. It's still Call of Duty at the core. And even though a lot of people will give them a little flack for that, I'm not gonna fault them for that this time around. I'm not gonna even fault them for that, period, because they've done a lot here, and that's something I think the base of this game, I think, is probably going to be the future of Call of Duty going forward, because they needed a new. I mean, destruction isn't totally necessary, even though it's beautiful on Battlefield. Don't get me wrong, but destruction ain't totally necessary. I think graphics wise, yes, it doesn't hold up to Battlefield still, but it looks better than any other Call of Duty.
True. True,
It's
but
decent
I think
enough.
it's still, man. Like, it's this the game is a new game, you know.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
first time.
It's a new game, so it's very updated than Battlefield. I'm not talking about Battlefield 5 because Battlefield 5 would win when it comes to the graphic easy.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm
for
talking
sure.
about old Battlefield. These is still looking better. I mean, it's still the
Battlefield
graphics.
4 looks
I'm
great,
not,
man.
yeah, that's still the graphics. I like the
The
sound here. in Call of
weapon
Duty.
graphics, man. And yeah, the sound. Thank you, Tifa.
The sound is really good. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, they upped the sound. That's good.
Well, you probably heard MP40 from Call of Duty 5, and you heard MP40 from Battlefield 5. There's so much difference, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The gun sounds on Call of Duty engine. I think it sounds so much better. And I see him when he reloads.
Wait a minute. Call of Duty, which way? Wait. What Call of Duty is this?
MP40
What?
Call of Duty 5.
What did you find?
So you're saying Call of Duty 5, MP5 sounds, I mean, MP40 sounds
MP40.
better than Battlefield 5's MP40?
Yeah, it sounds so much original.
Can say Call of Duty
Mm.
weapon sounds better than Battlefield? Period.
Yeah.
That is,
Alright.
no, man. I can't
That's
accept
always
that.
been the case for me, man.
Same here. Same
Always.
here.
I just didn't like to admit it, man, to be honest.
But still, Chaos
Whoa.
Battlefield they got better. I mean, when you throw a grenade, stuff like that, you know, the sound of destruction.
Oh yeah. The
They get that.
graphics.
Yeah.
Like it's more I don't know if the immerse is the real is it
Immersive.
immersive, yeah, it's more immersive.
Yeah.
But like when he recharges and puts the magazine back, it looks so good, man. The AK looks so damn good. The graphics on the weapons look good. I don't think I have ever seen a game. Well, let's not mix other games. I have not seen Battlefield with so good-looking weapons.
Wow.
Whoa.
So you're telling me this?
No. No.
Man, I'm confused now. So
I'm
you're telling me this new Modern Warfare is really topping Battlefield in
Weapon graphics.
weapon graphics?
No.
I think it does. I think it does.
You gotta take another look, man. You gotta take another look. Well, I mean, even Battlefield 1 and 5, look at the mud on the weapon, look at the blood, the rain. No way.
Well, that's
I think because it's AK, that's how you feel it looks
but
good.
that's other elements. You know, I give them props to adding mud and rain on top of the weapon. I'm just talking about pure weapon graphics, not the other elements.
But I think Chaos, you say that because it's it's a modern game, it's modern weapons. I mean, AK-47 looks good in any game, bro. Come on, you got an AK-47.
Not just AK.
know.
Look at all the other weapons, man. I mean, the way Activision designs weapons on Call of Duty has always been looked good. Just look at the MP40. You can see so much details on Call of Duty 5, and it's back dated to 2009, 2010. If you look at MP40 on Battlefield 5, I don't see that much difference, and there are so many years behind Call of Duty, and it's still similar, almost identical graphics wise. So they are doing some heavy job on that department, man.
I can see what you're talking about. Yeah, they are focused more in the weapons and stuff like that, but not in the graphics wise. Because if you say in the graphics wise, no. I mean, how the weapons looks like, yeah. You think
Alright.
it's
That's
more real.
interesting, man. That is very interesting. I didn't really expect to even hear this, especially
From Chaos.
Yeah, especially even with both of you all talking about the weapon sounds in Call of Duty being better than Battlefield. Like, I can't even understand that, because I felt like one thing Call of Duty World at War kind of lacked in some of the guns were the weapon sounds. I do think some of the gun sounds were a little odd.
Well, Kirsty, I'm speaking of the new game sounds. I'm not talking,
Basically from Modern Warfare. You're saying Modern
Yeah,
Warfare
back in
sounds
new game.
okay.
Yeah, they got good sounds. Yeah, I remember actually from World at War there is one weapon. It's a rifle. The sound is like a drum. Boom, 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 boom. Like someone is like playing with the drum. You know, this weapon also in Battlefield 5. I forgot the name of the rifle name. Damn.
Okay.
Yeah, but I
Alright.
understand what you're talking about. Some weapons in World at War back in World at War sound like, yeah, man, that's true.
I think with Modern Warfare, they're going to get a lot of the old player base back. If you notice over the years, it's always been like slices of the player base. You start to diminish, the different crowds, and they start to go off. A lot of people went to Battlefield because of what Call of Duty was doing, like especially on PC. A lot of people jumped ship on Call of Duty and went to Battlefield. And this is why I really can't understand how they messed that up over here on Battlefield 5.
Because
looks
I think
bad.
that's why Call of Duty back in the scene. I think this their time to do it now, not later. Now, so they did it.
Yeah.
Maybe they were waiting for Battlefield to go down like this. But don't get me wrong, man. Battlefield 5 still beautiful game, man. But people don't take it seriously. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, I think what I think is going on as well, which I know people probably say, well, this ain't a thing because Call of Duty might be going down that same route. The problem I see with Battlefield is that a lot of people that love dedicated servers in the PC community, and I think they got dedicated servers on the console too, but I'm not quite sure about it. That's why they were drawn to Battlefield even more because of the lack of it on Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty just kept going with the 6-on-6 year after year. Then they went to 5-on-5, and it was like, okay, man, little small, little tiny maps and little lanes and stuff like that is old, man. Like we wanted to go to what we were used to with like at least Call of Duty 4 and World at War, basically. So a lot of people went to Battlefield. There was that difference, but see, Battlefield had dedicated servers. They had dedicated servers all the way up to Battlefield 4, and I mean user dedicated servers. I don't mean something that was the company in the background type stuff. I mean like player dedicated servers. You pick and choose the server that you love playing at. You know the people there. Everybody goes there. Yeah, this is the spot. We got a few more servers like that. We got this type of server, that type of server. They were used to that. If you want to play TDM on one, you might want to play mixed modes. You might want to play, something to do with a flag or something like that. And that was the community. But after Battlefield 4, that kind of got removed because the way that they brought servers back was not really valid, in my opinion, because that's not just not what we're used to, the interfacing and going through the game and picking this and that. We still don't have all the options. With Battlefield 5, they were even more unprepared to put up any dedicated servers. So this, in my opinion, shows a sign. So I don't know, like with this new Call of Duty, I don't really know if it's going to have dedicated servers. Of course, we would love and hope and wish they would have dedicated servers alongside matchmaking, have both, and just open it up again. Just let everything, just take it all the way back to 2007. Take it back to 2007 where everything just blew up and everybody got together again and got together as a squad, got together, the whole community back and forth with each other, Let's get us back to that. And you got the competitive side of it too. You got your 2-on-2 game modes and stuff like that. You got your night mode, all of that. So yeah, just bring it on back to the PC, especially since there's no season pass to separate everybody now. I think it would be a good idea to bring back dedicated servers.
Also,
I see what you
the
mean,
new
brother.
cloud has crossplay.
And yes, it does. It does have AMD crossfire there. It's been a while since we seen that.
Even though we're rocking NVIDIA.
Yeah. Yes, it does have crossplay. So I think with all of the options in crossplay, it might make it even more difficult for them to implement something like dedicated servers. But what I say is,
just for PC.
Yeah, just for PC, you can. If we choose to have dedicated servers, then Leave aside of cross-play if it's going to cause an issue, because we don't want to cause an issue with cross-play. I will just strictly PC.
On PC.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
PC dedicated. If I can have dedicated servers, I will take PC option all day. You know, and yeah, I'm from consoles, but I'd rather be on PC if I can have dedicated servers. Other than that, I think crossplay is a great idea. It's really funny to see PS4 now joining in, PS4, Xbox, and the PC, and a Nintendo Switch. No, I'm joking.
No.
But it's really good to see, all of these player groups, all these player bases come in and be able to play with each other, against each other, the whole nine,
Exactly.
And I also think it will eliminate some of the console versus PC or controller versus, well, it's really controller versus mouse and keyboard mostly. And I think some of that might get eliminated. And then again, with the PC users, if the PC users are going to use a mouse and keyboard, I think they're going to be paired with people that use a mouse and keyboard. I don't think they're going to be paired with people that use a controller. So I think it's going to be, if you're on PC and you decide to use a controller, then you'll be paired with people on console that use a controller. And vice versa. If you're on console and you decide to use a mouse and keyboard, hook a mouse and keyboard up to it, you'll be paired
there's
against...
a mouse and keyboard for the console.
Yes, it is. Yes, it now is.
Yeah, okay, all right.
So
but
yeah,
I
they
think,
can get down.
You will be good if you join a console game, Mr. Kirtsey, since you are a controller user. I mean,
yeah, but I'm a different type of controller user. They don't cater to me. The way I use a controller is not the same as like using an Xbox controller, for example.
Yeah.
See, using an Xbox controller will get me killed in the game. I can't control that, Maybe somebody's better than me with that, but the Xbox controller is a bit jerky for me on the PC, so I wouldn't use that. I need a PC oriented controller, a straight up head based controller that utilizes basically the same as the mouse and keyboard. That's what I need. I know on console that they have a different way with the controller, the way that they use the controller. There's slow to fast turning, there's aim assist, and there's all type of various things with the controller that's tailored directly to that with the consoles. That would mess me up on the PC. Like I wouldn't be able to do nothing on the PC with that. All these years I've been playing, there's no way I would be able to play with people like that if I went the console route. I can't do that. So I need a controller that is more to the root. Yeah, made for the PC, and I don't think they're gonna cater to me. Now, if I put a PC controller in and it's not recognized by the game, which I know some people would probably complain about that, that's the only way it would be good for me, because as long as the game don't recognize it, I'll be good. But then again, I won't be able to play with the other console players if I decided to say, okay, let me try the console players. So I don't know. That's a whole big thing around that, but we'll get into all that when it comes. But yeah,
I think this move will bring a lot of people to PC as well. Like if you want to play with a controller and you want to play with your PS4 friend, you still can do it from your PC with the controller.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can play with 60 or 100 FPS if you want to.
Exactly.
You can do resolution. You can do whatever you want, and you still can play with your PS4 friend. I think they're trying to bring people also back to PC, because recently, a lot of people moved
to console
from PC to console. Because,
I heard about that.
Yeah. So I think the cross-play is, they want, people to back to PC. That's the good thing. It's all right. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, man, like prices are getting pretty high when you come to consoles. Like I guarantee, like the new consoles that come out, they're gonna be They're gonna be $500 to $600. They're talking about adding SSD, so it's like, I mean, there's talk of that. So I mean, the prices for that is gonna be, So I think if
just get
people
a PC.
buy the to get a PC too, but all of this stuff costs now. You know what I'm saying? So either way you go, you're gonna be paying. So if you don't happen to have this particular console or you didn't get a PC, at least what you have, you can play. You can still play with your friends. You can still play with or against other people. And I like that platform.
I like that too.
I think it's going to end up leading into a one world console eventually, but that's a whole
true,
nother
but
that's a
you
whole
know,
nother conversation. Yeah.
They also remove season pass.
Oh, that's great, man.
expected.
Yeah, it was expected as well. Yeah, it's like we kind of expected that to happen because of where everything is going. That's just a new way of video gaming, and it took some of the newer games to break that door
But
down to show them.
that's kind of scary though. Microtransaction can destroy the game.
It
There's
can,
microtransaction things.
but it won't bother me as long as it stays cosmetic. You know, if you're like pay for this much XP or you get this special.
They have to do it cosmetic, but it's still not good. Since they give you, there's no season pass, no premium, no whatever. Of course, they would put microtransaction heavy on the game.
I don't really think like I said, it all depends on how they do it. As long as they keep it cosmetic, I don't have a problem with it. I don't see it as bad. The reason why is because you have to fund the progress of the game. That's the reason why Battlefield is stuck. You see what I'm saying? Because Battlefield already turned off the player base from the get-go. Therefore, it can't really fund, and they got some stuff in the works, don't get me wrong, but they can't really do what they probably planned to do or what they wanted to do for, the long haul of that game. And you got to think, like, Battlefield 5 is going to be out for, 2 years, man. That's a long time to be going with such a space of content out there, just from like this little time to time. But when you see something like a Modern Warfare with Call of Duty, man, they got enough sales, they got a big enough fan base that they'll get it. They'll get those cosmetics and they'll be able to build from there and keep releasing DLC to the players, extra content to the players. This way, it keeps the player base together. Nobody's separated from their friends because they bought this DLC or they bought that map pack. Because the more and more map packs you get, the less and less players there are.
I feel you, man. I really feel you, especially in that. Especially, I feel that in Battlefield, when Blood Money, he got the game. He had the core game, but he don't have the DLC. So he used to, go back to original game, to the base maps to play with him. It's it's good.
It's ugly. Yeah. It's a good move on their part that they finally got rid of the season pass. That's really good. Of course, it's not too surprising, but it's needed. It's necessary.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna do a battle royale mode.
I hope
by
not.
how many players they got. They might.
I hope this 100 player game not gonna be battle royale.
Well, first of all, it's already
too much enough game for battle royale, man. It's too much game now. Don't do this. If someone wanna play battle royale, guys, just go to PUBG, Fortnite, Firestorm.
Well, that might be true, but Battlefield is not Battlefield. Battle Royale is so big at this point that they can't stay away from it. They got to dip their feet in there some more. Everybody's trying it. I mean, even Fallout 76 is trying to, do a little some mode. Like, are you serious? Everybody's trying to do like a battle royale. So they can't help but seeing the success of other games. They gotta try to get a piece of that.
I know battle royale. It's an old thing, man. But I just want to know which game they started that heavy. Is that Fortnite or PUBG?
It was PUBG. PUBG was
Armor?
like what Armor been. I mean, of course, but Armor's not a
Armor. Oh.
I think PUBG was the most successful one.
Yeah. There you go. I mean, of course, like that's always been like a type of mode, maybe a game state, but it's never been blown up to the mainstream until PUBG. PUBG made it so popular, and then Epic jumped on the bandwagon, and they turned their own game, which was Fortnite Save the World or something. I forgot what it's called, but then they turned that into. They basically carved out a battle royale for it, and then it took off to the moon. And now this is what we have. Now everybody is like, yo, we got to get in on that battle royale thing. So I think Call of Duty will, uh, you
They did
know,
it already in
no,
Black
they
Ops.
they, they did, but I'm saying that's why I bring it up, because I think that they will still pursue doing it. Like the 50 versus 50 right now is just some of the game modes, which I really want to play the 50 versus 50, especially on those maps, because I remember, some of the YouTubers are really complaining about really not liking the game as much, or not liking that it has this many players or whatever. I think
It might be young dude saying that. He started to play Black Ops. He
they
started with
start.
the Black
I
Ops.
agree. I think they started to play like Call of Duty at a later state,
Ghost.
mid range, later state, and so they'll probably say, oh, yeah, I don't like it with a lot of players. It just you don't feel good because they're not used to nothing like that.
Yeah,
But what I say is you got to make sure that the map and the player count are kind of like with each other somewhat. You can't make a gigantic map and a small player count, what I think was the fall of Ghosts. A lot of people complain about, like, you can't have 6 on 6 and have huge maps on a game. That don't make any sense. You have to up the player count with the map. It has to be relative to the map.
exactly.
Keep the action going.
Yeah.
Uh, Along with other gameplay elements.
Actually, I heard one guy complaining about 20 versus 20 game, 20 versus 20 game. The spawn spot, it's weird that you can see the enemy behind you at the time. It's like you're heading this way. It's not like Battlefield. And Battlefield, when you do conquest, you take an A, and if you take A from the beginning, you're not gonna see enemy behind you. You see what I mean? But
Right.
in this game, you can see enemy respawn behind you, and that's kind of, I've seen that in the video though. I gotta
Well,
link you that one.
I think because two or three things. I think it's a beta, and I think also the players are scattered because there's no mini map, so there's no cohesion there. And I think
Mini-map
there's
is the big problem. I'm
that's a
scared they
huge
didn't
problem.
do it. If they didn't do it, it's, I don't think I can. I like the game. I like a lot of things about the game. I like the gunsmith thing, man. It's really good. I like the weapons. Finally, modern weapons back. But if they don't do the mini map, that's a huge deal. They're gonna miss that, man. If
Yeah.
if they're not gonna decide to do it, they're trying to make it realistic. They have to. I don't know. But because if they mess this in the beta, man, it's the mini map. It's not just attachment in a weapon. I don't know. Maybe they're not gonna do it.
Maybe they're trying to test the waters and see what the feedback was going to be, or maybe they're just trying to get all that stuff right. But I don't know how hard it is to do a mini map because they have the recon there. So yeah, it's maybe they're just testing and seeing what the feedback will be right now.
I think if they go back to the old style, I want a mini map to know my teammate and also to know the structure of the map. Because if you put me in a map without mini map, I will take I have to play the map like a lot of time just to know where I'm at now, where I'm gonna go and stuff like that. If there is no
That's
mini
true.
map,
That's true.
but if they go back to the core, if Call of Duty 4 and World at War, if you don't have a silencer, you gotta show in the map. I like that. Use the silencer here. If you don't care about that, don't use the silencer. It's really good. If they want to hide the red dots, which is the enemies, it's cool. But give me the mini map. I just want to know where is my teammates. Where. That's it. What do you think, Kersey?
No,
Do you want them to go back to original mini map Call of Duty with the red dots and stuff, or what do you think
well,
about that?
I think what they're trying to do is maybe they see a situation and they're trying to prevent it. So maybe they don't know how to approach the whole mini map thing, because the popular saying about something being a cluster, that type of thing. It's always popular to say when it's a bunch of players in the area and it's a lot of action going on or whatever. They usually always call it a cluster bomb, So maybe they're trying to prevent something in that way. but it still just looks like it's still out of order though.
Yeah.
I would like some form of mini map. It doesn't have to directly be what's in Call of Duty 4 and World at War, but a mini map where at least you can see your group on there and everything, even though they said something about there's a thing going around that maybe your team is traced through walls and stuff like that, so you'll be able to see your teammates, that type of thing.
I don't like that. I don't like that. If they make it like that, I don't like that. It's kind of distraction to me. It's not gonna make me focus, and like it kills the game. If you can see your teammate through the walls and stuff like that. Kind of like a wall hack. I don't know. I don't know.
How you feel about that chaos? Like seeing your teammates through the wall. Do you think that should be the way going forward, or you think there should be a mini map? What's your take on that?
It should be on the mini map
Thank you.
because that teaches you how to always keep a look on the mini map and have some control
Yeah.
Okay.
instead of relying on he's right through that wall. Now you have to keep track of him, and it will be fast to look at the mini map, and I think mini map is a big deal of the game.
Last thing. Now there's so many players on a map. It seems like they have something that I've always had a gripe about. I understand why it's done, and I think it's to help with spawns, and it's also to help with not having you spawn in dangerous areas. But at the same time, I don't know. They have a spawn delay, what it looks like. I haven't seen a mode without the spawn delay yet. So maybe the 2v2 doesn't have a spawn delay. I don't know. But what I've seen with the 10v10 and the 20v20 is they got a spawn delay. Basically, once you die, you wait about 2 or 3 seconds before you respawn.
That's okay.
That's cool with you?
That's okay. It's you said 2-3 seconds? That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's nothing.
That's nothing. That's cool. I don't want to spawn like that
Play
fast.
BF, man.
I think you all. I will let you all watch it again and see some of the respawn delay in order to make that judgment. But I think you all are used to Battlefield, so you all will say, yeah, that's cool. So I should kind of expect that.
Been waiting, man, in Battlefield for a long time, man. You waited until your teammate to revive you. Like, come on, I'm close, man. There's no enemy,
Coffee,
bro.
man.
Come to revive, bro. You would take a bonus over that.
Yeah.
But no, they didn't give it. Yeah, you got an enemy that killed it out of it, man. Oh my god. I think you are also, you just said it's a delay. 2-3 seconds for me and Chaos. It's not a delay at all. That's not a delay, man.
It's good, actually. It's good.
That's really good. I like it. I like it more than 0 seconds. I would like to see 3 seconds. I like that.
Okay.
That's a good thing to know.
All right. Well, I've seen a few complaints about that because they're like, I'm used to Call of Duty where you just get in there, like you die, you respawn, you come back and you do blah blah blah. So we'll see how that goes. But that's some of the feedback right now. All right. Well,
Yeah, we gonna kill it in this game. PDE will back, man.
we'll
Hope
see
they
if
make a
we'll.
dedicated server.
Yeah,
Hope that.
we'll be back in a much larger way if the dedicated servers come along. If the dedicated servers come along, that's like having a celebration for that, like a party. It's like basically like a revival,
Yeah, amen to that, man.
So let's not get our hopes up about it, but let's hope it returns though. That's gonna do it. But anyway, we'd like to hear some of you all's thoughts, the ones that are listening. You can chime in down below, some feedback or some thoughts about the older Call of Duties and the new Call of Duty, the direction Battlefield is going and what happened there. All that good stuff. We would like to hear from you all in the comments below. And this is PDG with King Tifa.
Allah.
And this is Chaos Theory.
Team Snooki!
All right, brother. Come on, man. Let's retire that guy.
We were too polite, man. We're not
Come on,
recording, man. Recorded for quality purposes.
It's all good, man. It's all good. All right, y'all. Well, we'll holla.
Yep. Peace.
Hello viewers, don't forget to like this video, comment on it below, share it with others, and most of all, subscribe. We hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.
It's too big.